here's the thing. So as different laws have been created that have, eliminated, have, made it illegal, or prevented overt discrimination against LGBTQ plus individuals, simply for their identity, their gender, and you can't specifically legally target somebody because they're having sex with the same gender, even though it still happens, or the police, law enforcement have found other ways of targeting our community, right? So they're using sex work, they're using drugs, they're using public lewdness, right? But it's not about those things at all. It's still about targeting our community. They're just calling it something else, right? And here's the crazy thing too, is like, they don't even have to go very far. Like, the same places that they were already, that were already under surveillance, that they were already targeting before these different protections were passed, they can go and target us for drugs, for sex work, and stuff. And again, it's just an excuse that police are using to do the same practices that they've always done, so that's really scary. And in my work, we're working to decriminalize drugs, and we partner with other organizations too that work to decriminalize sex work, because those two things are very intertwined. But the thing is, even if and when we are successful at doing those things, the scary thing is police are going to find something else. So just be prepared. We can do this work, but it's whack-a-mole. We're gonna knock one thing out, and they're gonna find another excuse, and that's really scary. And I do want to just point out some specifics too. It's what we know is 20 to 30% of LGBTQ plus individuals struggle with substance use, compared with 9% of the general public. And that, is mainly because of the trauma that our communities have gone through, from being rejected by family, by society, from, violence, all kinds of things that we've used drugs to cope. And because of that, and because of things like sex work, all these these are also survival things that our communities have had to use. I used drugs to survive. I'll be completely honest with that. If I did not have drugs, I might have killed myself. I grew up in a conservative environment and stuff that it was very difficult for me, and drugs helped me survive, and so they helped me cope. I didn't have any other coping mechanisms, so they helped me survive.